Hello and welcome to Legacy IAS. Today in this video we will be discussing about some of the previous year questions which has been asked in 2022 GS paper 1 mains. Okay. So in general mostly these three questions are related to Indian society, but here my request would be once we discuss this question and the framework on how to answer the questions, once we have done with this discussion, I'll be providing you the pointers, okay, what you need to write in introduction, in body, in conclusion. My sincere request would be you please try to answer these questions, and once you need to compare your answer with a model answer, please let us know in the comment box so that we will be providing you the model answer. You can compare on how to work upon, how to improve your answer, okay. So let us begin with the first question. The first question here says that given the diversities amongst the tribal communities in India, in which specific context should they be considered as a single category? Okay. So here the keywords are, as we have discussed earlier, the first reading of the question is for our own understanding. In the second reading, we will be looking for the keywords because the keywords shall be the focus of our answer. So the first keyword is diversity. So given the diversities among the tribal communities, so there are several tribal communities in India, a total of 325 tribal communities. So they do have diversity, right? Within all this diversity, in which specific context can we put them in a single category? Okay. So in what terms can we put tribals as a single category? That is the question. Okay. So basically what we need to do is first begin with what are tribes itself. Okay. So who are tribes? Basically tribes are those people who are original inhabitants of a land. Okay. They have a common culture, they have a common polity, usually a common geography also. Okay. So they are one particular society which is having common of these things. Okay. A society which is binded by geography, which is binded by polity, which is binded by culture, such societies are known as tribes. Okay. A tribe are basically, as we discussed, they are the original inhabitants of a land. And in India, this we have to mention in our introduction, approximately there are more than 300 tribes in India. Okay. So obviously, if there are so many tribes, automatically it will lead to diversity within the tribes, right? So that will become the body of our answer, that is the diversity. Because the question was asked, despite of all these diversities, on what sectors can we put them in one single category? So first we will be discussing about the diversity, then we will be discussing about what will be the single category in which we can put them. Okay. So diversity can be in terms of size. For example, the size of tribes such as Bhils or Gonds are too many. Okay. Both of them are tribes of central India residing in Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and all. Okay. But there are tribes such as Ongs, Sentinelese, both of them residing in Andaman and Nicobar region. Both these tribes are very few in number. Or Irulars of Kerala or Todas of Tamil Nadu, these are very small in number. So there is diversity in the size. There are certain tribes which are huge in number, but there are others which are very few in number. Okay. They also have diversity in terms of livelihood. For example, there are certain tribes which are hunter-gatherers, whereas there are certain tribes who are settled cultivators or even working in government jobs. Okay. Example for this can be Mundas from Jharkhand or even Orangs from Jharkhand as well as Odisha. Okay. So they are settled cultivators or they are working in government jobs. But the hunter-gatherer society can be Chechus from Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Or Ongs or Sentinelese from Andaman and Nicobar. They are all hunter-gatherer society. Okay. Diversity amongst a tribe is also in terms of religious diversities. For example, Apatani tribes or Nishi tribes. They are all Christian societies from Arunachal Pradesh. So they are basically Christian societies from Arunachal Pradesh, but in general in India, the tribes are Hindus only. Okay, so there are religious diversity. So diversity can be in terms of size, in terms of livelihood, in terms of religion, but the commonalities is something that binds them, that puts them together in one single category, and that is preference to nature. Okay, they will prioritize nature. Their food habits, for example, they will be consuming only what is locally grown. Okay, their livelihood, their functions, their prayers, their gods and goddesses, all will be local. Okay, or rather compliant towards nature. Their festivals will be more compliant towards nature, respecting every other living being around them. So naturalism is something that puts them into one category. Or the political stratification. In all the tribes that we have in India, there is a proper political stratification. Every tribal leader has a particular task to do. Okay, this task is never cooped. Okay, nobody else does that task. It is designed, left to him. He or she, that tribal leader, will only accomplish that task. So because of the political stratification, there is maintenance of peace or stability within a tribal culture usually. Okay, they also amongst them, these two can be the positive part wherein we can put them in one single category. The negative part where we can put them in one single category is the loss of tribal culture, the loss of tribal language, or their dressing habits, or their housing. All that is losing. Okay, we now they are shifting towards brick houses. Okay, or now they are shifting towards non-indigenous, non-locally grown food habits. So there is occurrence, or because of the government's interventionist approach, they are leaving their language and switching towards either Hindi or the dominant language, or English. Okay, so there is occurrence of tribal culture in terms of their language, in terms of their food habits, or even in terms of their houses. Okay, plus, poverty and illiteracy level is extremely high in the tribal culture. They are suffering from health related issues, or they are shifting towards non-scientific methods of health services. Okay, so under this category also, they are under one single category. A majority of the tribes in India are suffering from below poverty level problems. Okay, or illiteracy related issues, which is not allowing them to come out of poverty also. So because of all these factors, we can put them under one single category. Okay, so if this is the problem, okay, at least these two are the problem. So what should be the solution? The solution should be decentralization. Decentralization in terms of power or in terms of finance. That is the Gram Sabha. Okay, or the local tribal leader, or the elected leader, elected source of government, a source of political power, should be taking upon decision making. What kind of education should be provided there, what kind of health services should be provided there, because every tribal region has a different problem to cater to. Okay, the government policies should also be designed in terms of decentralization, in allowing them to understand their own problems and providing them funds to solve those problems. Okay, so decentralization of administration can be done to resolve the issues such as poverty or illiteracy or any other associated issues of tribes. Okay, so this is how we can conclude the answer. Now let us move to the next question. Our next question says that analyze the salience of sect in Indian society. We need to understand salience matlab emergence, projection. Okay, analyze the salience of sect in Indian society vis-a-vis, that is face to face. Matlab we need to discuss salience of sect in terms of caste, in terms of region, and in terms of religion. So we need to first of all, in our answer, the introduction should talk about defining what is sect. Okay, so sect is basically within a social stratified society, for example within caste, within religion, or within region, the three parameters on which we need to write our answer. Within this there can be further classification. Okay. So sect is basically a social stratification within a caste, within a region, within a religion. Okay. So sect is a subcategory, a subgrouping of religion within a particular larger religion. Such kind of religious subgrouping can occur within a particular religion also, a particular region also, a particular caste also. So that is what we had to discuss in our answer. Okay. So the body of our answer should now be discussing about caste. Okay. So salience of sect in terms of caste. For example, we do have subgrouping within a caste. For example, within Brahmanism, we have Kanakubj, or we also have Kannauj. Okay. So there are subcategories within Brahmins also. Okay. So there can be a subgrouping within a particular caste also. For example, Lingayats or Vokalingas within Hinduism. So such kind of subgrouping, who will be called as Kanikubj Brahmins and who will be known as Kannauj Brahmins, this is based on the concept of purity and pollution. Purity and pollution itself rooted from casteism. Okay, we know that the base of casteism is purity and pollution. That who will be called as an upper caste or who will be called as a so-called lower caste is based upon which caste is considered to be more pure and which caste is considered to be more polluted. So on that basis, within a caste also, we can have such subgroupings which will be considered as relatively more pure within that caste or relatively less pure within that caste. So that is the salience of emergence of sect within a particular caste. Okay, such as emergence of sect can also occur within a particular religion. Okay, for example, within Hinduism, we have Vaishnavism or we have Shaivism. So this is subcategory within a particular religion. Okay. In case of religion, it gives a sense of adherence. For example, all of us are following one particular god, so let us get categorized into one particular sect. Or all of us are having certain common characteristics of purity and pollution, so let us all get categorized into a caste. So that is how sect emerges within a caste or within a religion or even within a region. Okay. For example, introduction of Vaishnavism in Manipur culture. Okay, this is emergence of a new religion within on the basis of geography also. So sect can emerge within a caste, within a religion, within a region also. Okay. No, so first of all, here we need to also explain why such kind of emergence occur. It is occurring because it gives a sense of honor, it gives a sense of separate identity, and it also gives a sense of collectivism, that this we are more common, we are more collective in terms of rest of us. Okay. Or those people who can't change their religion but can change their practical life, but they want to change their practical life, they can opt for sticking towards a particular sect. Okay. So this we had to explain in our body and finally conclude by discussing about the pros and cons. Sect basically leads to a sense of honor, a sense of pleasure, that we are belonging to a particular community, that social cohesion occurs is a major pro. Cohesion occurring within a particular sect is a major advantage of emergence of sect. On the other hand, the cons can be it also leads to disunity within a particular religion, within a particular caste or within a particular region. So the cohesion which develops within that sect is a major advantage, but the but if it tries to overcome, if it tries to sensitize the other caste or other religion, it becomes a major cons, a disadvantage of such kind of salience of sect. Okay, so that we had to discuss in this answer, in the conclusion part. Now coming to the third question, which says elucidate the relationship between globalization and new technology in the world of scarce resource. with special reference to India. Okay, so we had to establish the relationship. So basically, it is looking like a triangle wherein globalization, new technology, and scarce resource. We need to connect these 3 pointers. Okay. Okay, we had to connect these 3 pointers, and we had to stick to the examples only from India, because elucidate is written. Elucidate matlab we need to illustrate, we need to give examples only in terms of India. How are these three things connected? Okay, so in introduction, we had to first explain what is globalization. Globalization basically means integration of the world into a one common market, integration of world in terms of one common economy is globalization. Okay, and it's connected to technology. So globalization, because of globalization, technology has been able to move from one country to the other. The developed countries have significantly helped the developing countries to improve in terms of their technology, and they were able to do so because of globalization. You imagine pre 1991 May, we were not integrated to the world economy, so we were not having too much of technologies. Post globalization, because we integrated to the world economy, so we allowed the transfer of technology to India. Okay, so this had to be explained, the connect between globalization and it's connected to technology. Okay, now because we had to limit ourselves to India specific examples, so we had to explain how globalization has help India to handle the scarce resource in terms of technology. Because of technology transfer due to globalization, India was able to use efficiently its scarce resource, where world has helped India in terms of efficient utilization of such scarce resource, and where India has helped the world, or is about to help the world, or has helped the world in terms of efficiently utilizing the scarce resource. We had to explain this part. Okay, so in terms of steel, we know that in India, Russia has helped establishment of integrated steel plant by the name Steel Authority of India Limited. This was initially set up by Russian collaboration in extracting, efficiently utilizing its iron resource or coal based resource. Okay, so world has helped India in terms of steel production. It has also helped India in terms of energy production, because initially we were sticking to only thermal power plants or hydel power plants, but now we have been able to shift towards solar or wind, where all the raw material or all the technology are coming from outside, right? So we are getting help from the world in terms of, because of globalization, in terms of technology, and we have been able to efficiently utilize a resource, that is solar energy. Okay, similarly, we have been efficiently able to utilize agricultural technology because of help coming from Israel. Israel has helped India in terms of technology related to drip irrigation or sprinkler irrigation. Okay, so such kind of technology transfer coming from world has helped India utilize its resource, agricultural resource or water resource, more efficiently. Okay, so this is how world has helped India. Now this is where India is helping the world in terms of providing labor. Okay, this is skilled as well as unskilled. So we have signed several agreements in transferring employment opportunity, giving employment opportunity to Indians living abroad. Okay, so or allowing Indians to go and work abroad or go and study abroad. So easy transfer of labor from India to any other outside world. In those terms, India has helped providing resource, efficiently utilizing the resource. Okay, or we have also provided the world an easy market. Okay, market to for technology, so that's why they have been able to easily transfer us, give us technology. So this is how India has helped the world. Okay, so this is what we had to explain in our body. Now coming to the conclusion part, ultimately because of this technology transfer or movement of people or easy transfer of goods or buying condition, consumption behavior of Indians, because of which we have emerged as a world market, because of all of this was possible only because of globalization. Okay, So basically, in conclusion, we had to discuss that because of easy transfer of technology and better utilization of resources, we have been able to smoothen the global value chain in terms of supply and demand. Okay, wherever it was required, wherever it was the demand was created, supply was provided. Okay, in terms of technology and in other terms also, but because the question was limited to technology, we had to stick to only technology. So supply and demand of technology was adhered to, catered to, because of globalization, which efficiently led to utilization of resources, efficient utilization of resources. Okay, so this is what was to be explained in the question, in the answer. Okay, so that with that we will conclude this question. So please try to take down the answer on the basis of what we discussed, and if you want the model answer, please let us know in the comment box. Okay, thank you so much and all the very best.